Të dashur miq, sot është dita e Evropës. Unë ndodhem këtu në veri të Shqipërisë për të nisur 3 javë përmimtarisht dë takimesh që do të zhvillohen në mbar vendin. The year we have left behind has been like no other before. The pandemic has affected every aspect of our lives. We have gone through difficult personal experience, painful sickness. Many of you have suffered economic hardship and the loss of loved ones. However, at the same time, we have seen amazing example of resilience and support. Those moments have revealed the generosity of those stepping in to help. It is always in the most difficult situation that you know who you can count on. Europe is a story of new beginnings, and this is what Europe, including Albania, needs now, to end the pandemic and to shape a new beginning for all Europeans. This is our collective responsibility. We must all together overcome this crisis and deliver a new beginning for the future European citizens. Since the outbreak of the pandemic, the EU has been side by side with Albania to cope with the health and economic crisis. No one is safe until everyone is safe, is our shared call to action. In 1 year, the EU has donated to Albania more than 4 million euros worth of brand new medical equipment. Albanian hospitals are now in a much better shape than they were a year ago. And I want here to commend once again the impressive effort made by the Albanian medical and paramedical staff along this very difficult year. Thanks to all of you for your dedication and sacrifice. But the EU has also donated more than 50 million euro to help small businesses and municipalities and to support vocational training so that the Albanian youth find jobs in their country. And then a month ago, we also disbursed the first 90 million euro of our macro financial assistance. At the EU delegation to Albania, we have worked tirelessly to make possible an overall donation of more than 230 million euro to help Albania tackle the pandemic. This altogether has been an incredible effort of solidarity from the EU and all our member states. As a Team Europe, we stood up next to Albania and to the rest of the world, including on vaccine. While others keep their vaccine production for themselves, Team Europe is the main exporter of vaccine worldwide and one of the largest contributors to COVAX. So far, more than 200 million doses of vaccine produced in Europe have been shipped to the rest of the world. And this week, the first batch, 145,000 EU-paid Pfizer vaccine, have arrived in Tirana with the visit of Commissioner Varela. This is yet another testimony that Europe is here. As the largest donor in the country, our aim is to improve the everyday life of Albania, well before Albania joins the EU. In the past year, I have missed meeting you all in our events, or just in the streets of your cities and villages. I've missed visiting your beautiful country. It is this desire to meet and exchange with you that boards us into the journey of this year's Europe Weeks. We want to reach you where you are, in the cities, in your town and villages, in the valleys, in the mountains. We will be on the road for 3 weeks, stopping each day in a different municipality, most of them where we have never been. You will spot our EU bus touring around. Join us. In the next 3 weeks, we want to listen to you and connect with you in person. You might have already heard me saying that Europe is already here. Europa është këtu. What I meant is that the integration of Albania into the EU is already happening now, every single day, well before accession. We invest in education and culture because we believe that the future of Albania and the future of Europe will be built on knowledge and enlightenment. We invest in roads to better connect you with one another and improve business. We invest in agriculture, food, safety and environment to improve your quality of life. And as you do with a friend in need, we also stood by Albanian people in the reconstruction effort after the dramatic earthquake on November 2019. We have donated €115 million for rebuilding over 60 schools that will benefit 200,000 children, their teacher and family, and for rehabilitation of cultural heritage sites, and incredible assets for tourism and the sustainable growth of the country. Today, as the pandemic is receding in Albania and vaccines are becoming more available, we want to look ahead with hope and optimism. Looking ahead means that we want to see accession negotiation with the European Union starting as soon as possible. Last year, the member states decided to open negotiation. Soon, they will decide on launching the first IGC. The last months have shown real progress on many fronts. We are convinced that now is the time to make this important step. Further ahead, today's Europe Day marks also the start of the conference on the future of Europe, a challenging journey to reinvent our better selves. We have chosen to achieve this by truly listening to the European people in a unique all-European democratic exercise. Also to the people of Albania where they live, because they cannot be thinking on the future of Europe without listening to its future members states in the Balkans. Dear friends, I'm standing now here in Tamara, one of the most isolated parts of the country. Yet, even here, we look down at the EU road that made this valley accessible, at the border crossing that the EU financed to facilitate exchanges with Montenegro, and at the tourist information points that we invested on to bring more visitors to this magnificent part of Europe. Unë jam pranësh, ne jemi pranësh. Uroj ta kaloni bukur, deti sigurt ditën e Evropës si vjet.